Here are two Vectrex arcade systems from 1982. Picked one up fairly locally. It was quite a drive, but I was able to pick it up in person. The other one I got off eBay. The one I got in person was working. The one I got off eBay was partially working. Just thought I'd take a little video. I haven't made a video of anything arcade related for a while, although technically a Vectrex is not an arcade machine. It's a game console. It is actually fairly unique, or very unique, in the fact that it has a 9-inch CRT monitor and it displays vector graphics like classic games such as Asteroids. One thing that just happened chance was one of them is a made in Taiwan model, the one on the right, and the one on the left is made in Hong Kong. Now I've seen about 2 or 3 posts saying that the made in Hong Kong are more reliable than the Taiwan. I don't know if that's true or not. The one on the right that I got locally from Taiwan is the one that currently works, and the one on the left from Hong Kong is the one that has an issue. But yeah, whether any of that's true or not, I don't know. I just thought I'd make a little video before I started working on the one that doesn't work. I've cleaned them up a little bit, and I thought I'd just show just a few of the differences that I've seen. I'm filming this with a phone camera. The lighting's not all that great, but I just wanted to point out just a couple differences. If you see at the top of the PCB, there's a green ground cable. Down at the bottom, there is a yellow cable that is the ground between the logic board and the power board. That's the Hong Kong. And if we go to Taiwan, I noticed a thicker gauge wire, and these are soldered to the back of the board, whereas Taiwan, they're soldered to the front of the board. Same thing with this ground wire. It's on the back of the board in Taiwan. It's on the front of the board on the Hong Kong version. Another difference that stumped me from swapping chips easily to check. I thought, hey, I've got a working one and a non-working one. Hopefully it's just a chip that I can swap from one to the other and solve the problem. Well, here on the Hong Kong, it's got 7 chips that are socketed, which is great. That's a fairly large percentage of the chips on the board. But then if we go over and look at the Taiwan, there are only 3 chips that are socketed. The rest are soldered directly to the board. One of the chips, the one back by the pots there, is socketed on the Taiwan and not on the Hong Kong. So in actuality, there were only 2 chips that I could easily pop out of the socket on this system and try it on the other system. And it didn't have any effect on the problem with the system. So just thought I'd take a picture with the backs off, comparing the two. There's some other slight differences. Obviously some of the components are slightly different colored between the two manufacturers. This transformer, I noticed the gauge on the wire. It's a thinner wire on Taiwan, thicker wire on Hong Kong. They both have the Vectrex buzz at about the same level. So this one, Taiwan, has got the audio wires. Let me get a flashlight here. Has the audio wires kind of going up there and down, whereas Hong Kong, the audio wires are going right up against the tube, and there's a ground wire in the spot where the Taiwan runs the audio wires. Like I said, they both seem to buzz about the same, so I'm not thinking that actually makes much of a difference. Apart from that, pretty similar. There's some different labels inside the cases if you want to get really technical. Taiwan warning sticker that covers the fuse is different than the Hong Kong variant. And I've got the back cases pulled off. There are warnings inside them about the tube, and they're slightly different. So just a small video. I've taken them outside, dusted them off with a brush and air compressor to get them the loose dust off of them, and they're not that bad. So that's about it. I'll make another video showing the problem with the one unit, or actually maybe I'll just extend this video if you'll excuse me as I plug this one in. Let me show you what it's doing. Alright, turn off that light. And that's what it's doing. So it's actually running the game code. It's just the display. Vertical looks okay, the horizontal looks a bit messed up. So I was hoping it was a simple one chip fix. But if it is, it's not one of the ones that I could simply socket. So I'll have to dig in further, but as of now, it's my new project.